All right, being at 7 o'clock, we're gonna call this town board meeting to order. The fire exits are outside of that door at each end of the hall. The defibrillator located across the hall if one is needed. We will start with the pledge of allegiance to the flag and a moment of silence for all deceased residents of Hampton. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We will continue with the invocation from Pastor Chris Bodie from St. John Lutheran Church.
Let's say a word of prayer. Our Lord God, we come to you here tonight at the beginning of the meeting here at Town Hamlin, and we pray your blessing on this gathering and the decisions that are made. We ask for your wisdom. We pray for the residents of our town, that you would guide them and protect them. And we pray, Lord, that you would lead us each and every day in the way you would have us go. We thank you for this. We pray in the name of Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thanks, Pastor. No, not yet. We are gonna deviate from this a little bit. I am going to call in, go ahead, who you gotta call, three, you wanna say something first?
Yes, I wanted to say something. I need to talk. Kaylee, can you please come up here?
Do you want their family to come in?
Yep, I just told them to come in. Come on in. Hello. Come on in. Come on in.
You'll be in your way.
All right. Can y'all hear? Can y'all come in and see? All right. This is the Town Hamlin Extra Mile Award. This honor is presented to Kaylee Gilfillian with deep appreciation and gratitude for service to the town of Hamlin. This award is given Kaylee in recognition for her commitment and dedication to the Hamlin Recreation Department as the Director of Recreation. She is an amazing asset to the town with her outstanding communication, work ethic, and desire to always do what is best for the members of our community. She goes above and beyond her job duties to ensure all events are of a huge caliber and successful. It is because of all her leadership and putting all her heart into all she does for the town of Hamlin that Kaylee is presented the Extra Mile Award on October 14, 2025.
Speech.
Thank you.
And here is, I wanted to give you copies of all the letters that were submitted for you.
Oh,
So you can grab
thank
it.
you. Thank
Kaylee, you can have, if anybody wants to pose with her with the thing, take pictures right now before we continue the meeting. Go ahead.
Do we want a recreation?
I would hope the recreation people would like to take a picture with her.
She's got her eye on. Give the sweethearts their moment. Holy moly.
Go Red Stuff! Go Red Stuff!
Alright, ready? Go forward. Oh,
Yeah, now she's looking.
okay, got it.
She's over here. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. When she comes back in.
Okay, great.
All right, now we'll continue. Our next thing is public forum. If anybody would like to address the board, please. Oh, roll call, I'm sorry, we didn't do that. Thank you, Joel.
Probably.
And
Here.
Right.
Here.
Vocal, Matt Yeager.
Here.
Us.
here. Thank you, people. I need to get that one, All right, public forum then. If anybody would like to address the board, please keep it 3 to 5 minutes. Address the whole board. We may or may not answer you. I see that we have a Stacy Thomas right here from 33 Sandy Brook Drive that would like to address us.
Yes, sir. Can I step up?
You can, absolutely.
Thank you. After hearing you guys chitter chatter, I have a lot to add to your, questions and stuff about the vandalism going on within the town hall and also in my community in Hidden Creek. So I wrote something I'm just gonna read so I don't miss anything.
That's fine.
And then if you guys have questions, please feel free to ask.
I also forgot to say that if you want it, because our clerk does the minutes, if you want it verbatim as you're reading, give her a copy of
Okay.
it.
Not a problem.
Okay,
All right, hello, my name is Stacy Thomas. I'm a 13-year resident of the town of Hamlin and reside within Hidden Creek. I raised my 13-year-old daughter here and love the small town and community. There has always been kids causing vandalism and nonsense within the Hidden Creek community. It is usually resolved quickly after a knock on a few doors, talk to parents and kids. However, recently the vandalism and nonsense has gotten worse. As a parent, community member, and a person with hope, I'm reaching to you for help. The town hall vandalism was so devastating to all of us. I feel for all the volunteers who took time to do all of that. We as a community have to hold these kids responsible. I'm well aware of who these children are and have had the pleasure of getting to know 3 of them personally. There, however, is a child who has been the root of all the vandalism, not only at the town hall once, but on other occasions as well. Also, he rides his bike on my own home and gives us the finger and calls my daughter names. He's stolen many bikes in the community as well. This is all on camera around the community. 3 boys I've had the pleasure to get to know since this occurred, which are the ones that are suspended from school. They're actually wonderful kids. I have a camera system on my home that I have caught many kids on all times of day and night. On the night of the town hall vandalism, I have footage of a group of 3 boys that reside within Hidden Creek out within the midnight time frame. One was seen throwing a trash can at my neighbor's home the next morning. The sheriff was called and went to that boy's home to talk to him. His mother brought him right down to my neighbor to apologize, make time to fix the damage, and whatever else he needed. I found out by talking to this young man that he was part of the vandalism in the town as well. We all talked and he was very truthful. The next day, this young man showed up to help my neighbor, and both of the other boys were with him to help. That was amazing to see. The 3 boys as a team helped my neighbor fix the damage and do some cleanup. I learned by talking to these 3 boys that they were all present for the town hall vandalism. These 3 stepped up and turned themselves into the town hall and were proud to do so. They were proud to tell me that they had time to volunteer and to fix their mistakes and rectify their own. They've grown to respect me and I've grown to respect them. We have had contact with all 3 parents. We're all trying together to find some fun things to do in our Hidden Creek community. My plea to you is this: we need consequences for every one of them. All of them. I'm one lady in a trailer park trying to change the world. I'll never succeed alone. Community's key. I beg you to please allow these kids to make a new path for themselves if they choose. I know the one is probably not going to, but they were all out of bed. Some of them got caught smoking and vaping on the bus. They're all taking their suspensions. They're all staying home now. That's part of why they were out in the community, because they're suspended. But there's that one person that is ringleader, and it's really sad to see. But the sheriff will tell you they cannot press charges on them because none of them are of age. There's so many excuses, so many everything. We don't even know where to go, and me knocking on doors it's not rectifying half of it anymore. So to all of you, I don't know what you can do with talking to the sheriff, talking to the town, talking to the parents. As a whole, I'm trying. I need help though. Your rec department is absolutely fabulous. I'm so upset that these kids, even these 3, I tell them every time, what are you doing? Oh, we screwed up, and they know it. But I don't know what else to do, and our community is, obviously everyone's talking, and it was not okay. So, any questions?
no, I can just tell you that I've been working with the rec department and the police department. And you're right, the children did come in with their parents or grandparents, which is very commendable. At least 4 or 5 of them came in.
Correct.
And they also offered to do community service for the town to help repay for what they did. We couldn't have fixed what they damaged, but there's some other jobs that we can have.
Absolutely.
So we have been in, they all agreed to help. So I do say, yeah, maybe they screwed up, but we are gonna try and help.
I agree with charges as well for some of them, though. if it's done more than once, I believe charges need to be pressed, and I'm not one to tell the sheriff that that's what needs to be done or anything of that nature. That's where I need to step out to people that are higher than me. Like, the sheriff knows who I am, they have so many clips of camera footage, like, it's ridiculous, and there's proof. So, I'll push with you to get whatever you need to help our community, and vice versa.
Okay.
So I appreciate your time, and if you guys have any other questions, you can
We
reach out to me
appreciate
by
your
phone.
Yeah,
or whatever.
we appreciate your concern too.
Absolutely, I put myself and my family at a target here, but we gotta do better, all of us together, so. I appreciate you guys, yes ma'am.
Why don't you add your phone
Oh,
number on here,
yes.
since
I wish your addresses and names and all that.
you offer your phone number.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. All right, thank you guys.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank
Please
you.
listen though. Thank you for listening.
Is there anybody else who would like to talk in the audience? Seeing that there is nobody. Oh, I'm sorry.
We always never.
I know, I never have anything to say, but I'm kind of on the same topic, John K. Bowler, Brookends Drive. I would agree that we do have a problem in this town. We do have a lot of troublemakers, whether it's adults, children. We kind of have this perspective in this town, do as you please, do anything you want, there is no consequences. We do have town codes. It's very hard to enforce town codes when we have a sheriff's department that, I don't say they try, if they're spread thin, but unfortunately, they're not out here to enforce our town codes, and I think it's hard to enforce the town code when it's just a sheriff's department running out the last minute, if they want to come out. I'm not saying that the answer is, maybe we have to look at it. I've never been a fan of, the tax of having your own police department, but maybe that's where the world's going now. Maybe we need more, security. I'm not really sure what the answer is, but I guess I'm just throwing my opinion out there that I think we need to look at. We always have a problem with four-wheelers and dirt bikes, right? We've talked about that 100 times. The sheriff can't make it out here. And it is hard when they're not actually stationed here. It's different when you have your own police department. But, growing up closer to the city, you had your own police department. They responded very quickly. They know the people. And I think that's something we may have to look at in the future. I'm not saying that it's affordable. The town wants it. The residents want it. But I guess that's my opinion, feeling, something maybe we have to look at. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Is there anybody else?
Can I just ask a
Yeah.
question? Can Hamlin join a police department like we do for the school district with Brockport or Hilton? Can you form a pact? So
don't
you're
know
not
if you-
doing your
I don't know
own-
if you can do that or not. I'm
Can't
not
do that
sure.
legally?
No, it's covered, because this jurisdiction is covered by the sheriff's office. So the cost of having a village police department is extremely expensive in towns, little by little, and dropping the police
Right.
departments because of the cost. I mean, if the residents of Hamlin wanted one and want to pay that kind of.
Well, that's what I was thinking, if you joined with, you say, Sheriff, we don't want you anymore, can we join Brockport? And then they already have a police department, and then you pay less.
No, the issue with so Zone C handles a very large district. So when these cars are called out, usually if they're not here right away, there are a lot of, there's 4 or 5 cars a night in that district. It'd be the same thing with Brockport. Even if you call Brockport, they're gonna be handling calls too. It's just,
I'm not sure if Brockport, because they're specifically hired to do Brockport, I don't even know if they
You could-
would have jurisdiction in town anyway.
you could do that.
Monroe County does, state troopers do, so
You'd have to have,
I don't believe we can do it legally anyways.
you gotta do it, like a town, I mean, it'd be very expensive to have a 24-hour police department here. I mean, that's the issue.
About the cameras and on the town campus.
We have talked about it
Yeah,
some
we've had
more.
a conversation on it.
Since this last thing, we have talked about it some more. I'm gonna get that gentleman first, 'cause he had his hand up.
Oh,
He's been
sorry, I didn't
ignored.
realize that, sorry.
Hi, I'm Jim Smith. I'm promoting on the subject of illegal motorcycles. We have one almost daily going down Hamlin Center Road on his rear wheel and turning around and coming back. And I know the cops can call lots of times, but he still shows up right after the school buses come to town. I've been a resident since '79, and out of those 46 years, about, I'm guessing, at least 35 of them, when I look out my front window, I see a junk car sitting there. And I've been told time and time again that he pays us $35 so we can have it there. And I've watched car cover after car cover rot off the car. It does not run, I know that for a fact. It's been sitting in that spot so long, it's actually sinking into the blacktop driveway. And this year, all of a sudden, we now have a second one parked next to it. It does not run. In fact, I was helping one of the other neighbors, and I noticed that the rotors on Saturn pump are so rusted, I don't think the wheels will turn. I know we talked earlier this spring as to what can we do about changing the rule that you can't just pay your $35 and have your junk car sit there, So I'm interested if anything has happened to rewrite the rules and or how many more decades I have to look at a junk car out my front window.
I didn't even know there was something, if you paid $35, you could have a junk car, so.
There is a permit
Yeah.
for $35 per year. And this gentleman in particular, I know who you're talking about, has, all his options have expired, and we have been in discussion about what we're going to do about it. And maybe look at the code.
We are definitely gonna be looking at the code. Just to answer your question, we probably, before the end of the year even, we have talked about a new junk vehicle code. We have gone over it, we have started working on it, we have put in, added things, deleted things and everything to it. So we are fairly close to getting a new junk vehicle law in our code book. We have been working on it, I know exactly what you're talking about and everything. This gentleman may be getting I'm not sure, either that or we're gonna enforce this, when we get this new law, we'll enforce it on his property. We have been working on it, yes.
Because I know Muskie was trying to sell the latest edition, because 4 times I've seen people over there with a battery to try to jump it and this and that, and the ultimately, without the car, you can't even get started. So, appreciate it.
Yep, thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming in.
Mr. Smith, where do you live?
Cameron's
Cameron Center?
Did you have anything else you wanted to put?
Just the camera thing, I have them on camera doing it, and the sheriff still can't press charges, so what good is it?
Yeah, and we've
Like-
run into that situation here in the past
I
too.
know.
Well, you know, you got it on camera,
There's
but they
no
can't do
perfect
anything about
fix.
it.
That was the first, when me and Kaylee were here cleaning everything up, that was the first thing the sheriff asked us.
Yeah.
And he goes, not that that's really even gonna matter anything.
Yep.
But it could be a deterrent in some cases.
Some.
Until they break the camera.
All right. Anybody else then? Then we'll close the public forum. Requesting town board resolution to approve the regular town board meeting minutes of September 24th, 2025.
So moved.
Second. Hurlbut,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Poco, Jaeger,
Yeah.
Dodds.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution to approve the payment of bills from their respective funds.
Hurlbut,
Yes.
Poco, Jaeger,
Yeah.
Wright,
Yes.
Dodds.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution to approve the public hearing minutes from September 24th, 2025.
So moved. Second.
Hurlbut,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Poco, Jaeger,
Yeah.
Dodds.
Yes. When is our special?
October 6th.
October 6th, that's right. Requesting town board resolution to approve the special meeting minutes of October 6th, 2025.
So moved. Second.
Hurlbut,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Poco, Jaeger, Dodds.
Yes. Supervisors monthly report acknowledgement by
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Request the town board resolution to make the following budget amendments. Increase the library, increase revenue account L 0599.00 fund balance $1,770. Increase expense account L 7410.456 technology and programming $1,770. Highway, increase revenue account DA 2300.00, other governments, $99,224.73. Increase expense account, DA 5110.42, Hilton School Project, $99,224.73.
So moved.
Second.
Robert,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Bosso, Yeager,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes. Is there any other resolutions tonight? Okay,
I don't know about Kaylee's thing, if that's anything.
we'll do that when she does her report. We will do that, then we'll continue with the reports. Council person,
I don't have a ball.
yeah, I don't have any either.
And I miss zoning, so library, everything, seems to be going up. Or did you want to do the library?
Sure.
Yeah, because I would want to take care of the fund.
So last month, it was Library Card Sign-Up Month. We registered 20 new people for library cards. Right now, we have some Halloween raffle baskets, so come on in and check out some stuff and enter the drawings. And our Friends Book Sale, our annual fall book sale, is coming up next month, November 6th through November 8th.
Thank you. Person welcome.
Chamber of Commerce has the hot dogs at the Hilton Apple Fest, beautiful weekend for the Apple Festival. Since so, I don't think they sold out, but I think they did well. What will become of the chamber moving forward to be determined. The History Committee continues to meet, they're actually going to meet tonight, the second Tuesday of the month, open hours every second and fourth Sunday 2 to 4. And upon appointment, I gave you guys a report from Dave, I will let you read that yourselves. So he did schedule that Triangle Track meeting in November, the 22nd, down there, and he was wondering if we could push the renovations to the spring, if that was gonna kind of fall in the middle of them. I don't know.
But if it can be done a week before you,
The meeting or the renovation?
the renovation.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a pretty big undertaking to empty whatever.
I'll see when, November 22nd?
Yeah, November 22nd.
Okay. Let me see.
I talked to Dan at the fish fry about the building and stuff, so he still has it on his radar.
Okay.
He's just, yeah, he's like well overwhelmed with work, which is a good thing for him, but so it's probably spring. Hopefully. He lives right down the road, he said, he just, so busy, he hasn't even been there.
Well, Dave can, he can reach out to Dave.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
We are going to be, they were gonna look at dates tonight for the open house for the Christmas, open house that we do every year, so hopefully they'll pick a date, that'll be in December. We're gonna be doing the unveiling of the historic marker at the CCC PAW camp on Saturday, October 25th at 10 a.m. So if you guys want to attend, that would be great. We're gonna have, Ed Evans is gonna speak a little since he was obviously.
Say 10 a.m.
10 a.m. So Ed is gonna speak, he'll give a little presentation since he was obviously closely tied down there, and that was that project of his. And he's given me a list of people who were somewhat instrumental in helping things run down there and get it cleaned up and up and operational. So we'll invite all of them along and send you guys the form.
Yes.
That we have.
Councilperson Wright.
So, fish fries have started up. The first night went pretty well. They did about the same number of dinners as they did last year for the first night. Still need some more volunteers. They got at least 3 teams now, but it helps to have 4, so it takes each one a week for the one. So they're still short people. The meat raffle was very small. They had a small crowd. It was a little hard to get through all the meat raffles, but we finally did it. They had about 100 people or so for the Oktoberfest. It was less people. They had about 115 last year, but they actually sold more food than they did last year, so it kind of was a good wash there. Couldn't do the conservation or the Parma Fire because we were doing our meetings. Screen Fest was a pretty small crowd. It was not too bad in the beginning, and then once it started to pour, it was pretty cold and quiet out there. So had to stand there for the 5K. That was kind of chilly. Ambulance report, Phil had asked about response time, so they're at 6 minutes and 5 seconds to the call. But that also includes any calls coming back from the hospitals, which then take longer than the call. Depends where the call is. They had 102 calls in September, and right now they're well over 1,000 calls for the year. And it's the earliest they've ever gotten to 1,000 calls. Monroe requested Hamlin for 23 calls, and year to date they've been requested by Monroe 183 times, which is a little much. And doesn't mean that they responded,
Right,
but it's, you know, but then who goes, you know, they go through the whole county until they find somebody. And out of the 183, there was a split between like Rockport, Clarkson, and Sweet. The seniors, they're changing their meeting dates to Tuesdays next year. And Saturday, there was a huge conversation about having to pay $1 for coffee. So, November 8th will be the last meeting for the board. And they talk about next year, like doing a shorter meeting in the summer because it was so hot being at Walker Fire. On Thursday, they go to the World War II in Buffalo. And January, Liz will be there for that. And it did really well. We had a great conversation last year, so. And that's all I got.
All right, thank you. Councilperson Harold.
Hamlin Ward Walker District has had 416 calls year to date. Hamlin is participating in the Rockport Bump In program. It's a pilot program for college students to put in some hours at a station. There's 5 districts that are participating: Rockport, Hamlin, Churchville, Murray, and Virgin. So far they have 1 student, and they're planning on him helping out at the Hamlin station for 10 hours a month. So that's a new state pilot program. They have a budget hearing coming up October 20th at 6:30. Their budget is a 9.79% increase. Planning board. This month's planning board, there was a special use permit for 3022 Brick Schoolhouse Road. That was tabled again as the site plan was insufficient for what they wanted to do. For a subdivision on 1410 Roosevelt Highway, there was a Mylar signed years ago, and one of those lots, nothing was done. There was very trivial changes to it, made to it, so they ended up signing that. Commercial sketch plan, concept plan for 2865 Roosevelt Highway for construction of a 7-unit self-storage facility, and that was scheduled for a December public hearing.
Is that the one going behind Victor's?
Yes. There's a lot line adjustment for 718, 750 Martin Road, which was approved. Conservation Order Development Permit 7874 Newfield Drive, to remove existing side entrance steps and alter and add new steps, basically making it safer to get in and out of the house, which was approved. Another conservation corridor development permit for 7122 Tucker Lane. That was for 8-foot wide, 100-foot long deck to be installed within 100 feet of Lake Ontario. Was approved on condition of zoning board approval for a coastal erosion hazard. And residential sketch plan for lot 9, west side, Hamlet Town Road. Town line road. Basically, there was lots there that were divided, and years ago they put them back together, and he wants to divide them up again and sell off some lots. And there's basically just discussion. It'll come back to the planning board, I'm sure, in a couple of months. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you. Our building inspector, Cheryl.
Okay, this month, the department has issued 28 permits, received over $1,600 in funds from the town, and after the evaluation of these properties, we're up to over $701,000. Issued 8 COs and CFCs, had 173 phone calls in the office, so it is going down as we get into the cold weather. We sent out 8 violation notices for various code violations and complaints, and this office is still in court. And the next Buchanan webinar is coming up on October 23rd, and I plan to attend that webinar at my home. And that's it.
Okay. Our highway superintendent, Mike.
Just finished up all of our road work town and county, just waiting on the county to strike Redmond Road. That bridge is reopened as of Thursday afternoon. Redmond Road should be open early next week. So those are good things. Lunch pickup today, so we'll be moving into and hopefully being ready for what's next.
Our recreation supervisor, Kaylee.
Alright, Screen Fest over the weekend, wasn't ideal, but we survived. Fall harvest party was earlier that week and it rained then as well, but we made it work. We just finished up our first pickleball program, which if anyone knows, we're a little behind the ball in the pickleball, but we finally got it going in Hamlin, so that was exciting. We're looking at Christmas events already. Cultural committees met before this, so we have the Santa event and the Christmas market coming up. Before and after school numbers are still growing, which is crazy because school's been in session for almost 2 months, but we should still get kids, so that's good. And then I did start jotting things down on me with one of our instructors was in a car accident, so we're going to fill in for her as needed. Everyone is good, but she just needed some time off, so I helped with our class today. We kind of did some programs a little bit around that. She's going to program Saturday, we're waiting to see what's going on there. And then obviously, vandalism, so I'm working with CE Tech on getting some information on more cameras. Obviously we have some, but not as many as we would like. We were supposed to meet today at 12:30 and our rep there had a family emergency, so we had to cancel like 5 minutes before, so we didn't get to meet on that. So obviously the vandalism happened 2 weeks ago. I got information that some of the stuff had fallen down in the park. We assumed it was weather related. So I was coming to town, not for work reasons, and so I drove by and I was about to check it out. And then when I got into the park, I realized it was much more than just weather related. There was a lot of vandalism. I talked to Steve, I talked to Joel, I talked to Rick, everyone was super helpful. Later on, got in touch with Jen and Phil, so everyone is aware, any questions, comments, concerns, I'm not going to go into all the details of it. Good. So we've been working with the sheriff's department. We knew there's 6 minors involved. We knew all their information within less than 3 hours. A lot of people came forward, a lot of helpful information, which is awesome. So the sheriffs were back in Thursday, is that accurate?
I think
It was Thursday.
It was later
or
on
Friday. Yeah, it was
last
later last week. And they suggested that we recommend, we can't make them because obviously there's no charges. Talking to Maureen, the letters in front of you recommending we offer them community service versus a trespass notice to the park. If we want to go the trespass notice, it has to be done through the court system. And we are allowed to do that either way, but the sheriffs did recommend doing community service. I have talked to 5 parents, 6 involved, 1 is a set of siblings. 5 of them are willing to come out and do right. 1 I have not talked to. The parent said that they would be willing to, but I don't know if that's accurate or not. So just looking for direction on how we want to proceed. Follow up to that is community service. If we're gonna go that route, I'm guessing it's probably gotta be a weekend because they're school-age kids. I won't be back to Halloween weekend, so I am more than willing to be here, but I would like an additional member of the board to be present as well, if possible. And I need to know what hours you're looking for. Obviously, my draft letter, I think, had a 5-hour window. The sheriff did also recommend that parents were here for adult supervision for liability reasons. So just looking at the direction on how we want to do.
Well, we had talked about with the deputies also. And I know that we had some paint left over from our playground, right? It's out there in the, there's at least 4 or 5 gallons left over that I saw out in the room. Yeah.
Most of them from houses out back, I don't think they're being played on anything like that.
Oh,
I think there was
anyways, it was like a,
5 gallon pail.
okay. It looked like dark brown, though, that stain. Okay. So I was just thinking about taking that and maybe our dugouts have never been stained out there and they're just so I was thinking maybe we could even have the kids just with their parents here paint, stain, whatever you want to say, the dugouts, the inside of the wooden part of them. I don't, this time of year, what else it's might be getting too late to stain, but even this weekend it's supposed to be 70 degrees, so you get some nice days.
What about the dog show?
More uncomfortable, but
The weather is getting, I know it's not recreation related, but if you don't have, you know what I mean?
No,
You don't have.
I know what you're
Town is
saying.
the town to me, as long as they're doing right.
even if it isn't for the fire department.
Maybe that might be, that might be something they can do. Right now, he doesn't really change, but they know it's clean.
Get that to be there.
Right.
Divide them up.
Right,
You just can't leave it open, prepare the cover.
right.
Well, Dave needs to be there, like, the kids, if she's going, she wants to.
Somebody would have to be there, yeah.
Even though my child's not involved, I would still be willing to supervise at least one 3 of them.
Okay.
So we don't have to
Well,
decide today.
Right, we can figure.
I
something
don't
out.
want to push it down the road, because the parents have reached out several times, and
I
I
would
don't,
agree, and I think it's important.
I don't want to
There's
leave it
gotta be some
unended, right?
repercussions for actions.
Yeah, but I also understand the parents are kind of like waiting, like what's going, because I did tell them that, they were hoping to do something last week, and my staff had a hard time working with them, and I have to respect that, right? So I just don't want to see it get pushed too far down the road where, and like the parents have called, so the ones that.
Are they aware you wanted to do it on the 25th?
I just literally made up a date, like
Yeah,
I'm not
I
even in
know you're
town
gonna
that
be-
date,
yeah.
so if, one of my staff or I can be there, but I won't be there until Halloween weekend,
Yeah.
because the mouse is calling, but.
Well, both of them, right?
I know that. So,
Olivia,
We could use their help at the end of our friends sale, packing up books and boxes and moving them.
There you go.
So
when, I would say, you told the dates earlier, I didn't.
it ends November 8th.
Okay.
Which is a Saturday.
But that would be like an hour, right?
I mean, it's probably a couple hours, but it would be very
Is it
helpful for
doing
us.
something?
But even if we divide and conquer, you know, maybe Dave takes a couple, the library
There
takes a
you
couple,
go.
I'm more than willing to facilitate and attend, you know, at my part. But if there's obviously a need, well, we can definitely set them up. And maybe not lumping them all together probably isn't the best idea to bring five of them.
I was just gonna say,
right?
maybe separated might be a better alternative than anything.
If you need my help, I'll be there, whatever you need.
Yeah, so I'll get with Olivia tomorrow and get some details on that, and then, once we have some options, and again, it's volunteer, they can choose not to, right? And then we would need the follow through board to go through the court system to pass that part. So,
okay. So we'll get some more information shortly and try to do this quickly for the parents. So they're not just hanging out in limbo.
Well, the parents for our community.
Well, for the community too, but I mean, I don't want to hit the parents. If they're willing to do it, let's grab it while it's hot.
I liked your idea too, Kaylee, you sent us an email about saying like, you know, there's a youth group in town to maybe get these kids into some positive activities and some positive recreational things. to
One of them
occupy
used to be
their-
into football and then he just,
Yeah, it sounds like there would be some outlets.
yeah, unfortunately, I've talked to the kids a lot, and, it sounds like, I don't want to blame on one individual, but seems like a ringleader, for lack of a better word, and hopefully this is the way they're called to not spend time with this child. But everyone does make their own choices, so I don't want to negate the behavior because they've, you know, followed along and chose it, but I've had good conversations with several of them, and I want to give them the opportunity to do it right, but I also don't want to make my staff feel uncomfortable either, so just, I think we gotta find that happy medium. Anything else in there? I'm sorry, I don't think I like to talk about it.
I don't know if I'll get an answer, but does anyone know what went down with the moving of the flag on Brick Schoolhouse for the gas main that was hit?
I don't. That's another company totally that did that, so I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken, your child that is very abiding was that boy as well.
You guys don't know what she's referencing.
I think-
can't confirm or
I
deny it
can't confirm
happened,
it was either.
but what I was told, and again, people provided me a lot of
Yeah.
information that I never asked for once I put out there that we had vandalism in the park, that it was, one or more of the children, they had marked flags, like, you know, where you dig in front of road circles. And the children in their walks through the town that weekend moved a bunch of the flags, so when they went to dig on Monday morning, they had that.
By 6 feet.
Again, I can't confirm or deny that that was also, they, Quigley's, they're no longer allowed in, Tops, they're no longer allowed in without parents. I was told they were involved with the mailboxes on Brick Schoolhouse, like, the list kind of continues, I can't prove any of this, the cops believe
Right,
that it's all
we
true
can
as
do is
well.
what we know.
Right.
At this point.
Right. So.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Our assessor, Liz.
I just have two quick things. One is, at the last meeting, you guys talked about me talking to the county mapper about being able to move lines. And I talked to him next day, and he said if courtesy merge cannot get done, we cannot move property lines. It has to go through the planning board and subdivision process. That's what he said. So, and I did call him actually about two residents from the waterfront that came in and talked to me recently that weren't able to be done. The other thing I was gonna ask is, I need to get a file cabinet for my office because the bottom drawer is totally bent up. And I was looking at just regular file cabinets, which are a little bit under $1,000, but if I go with a fireproof, we're talking 3,500. And that's actually the size I really do need. And I should have fireproof in my office because they're property permit, property record cards. I have $4,100 in my contractual, and I have a $4,800 in my bar contractual that I didn't use. I want to ask the board for permission to be able to spend up to $4,000 on a fireproof file cabinet for my office. And I would take money from one of those accounts.
Well, we have to, we have
You get 3 quotes.
But we've gone online, we've been looking, we're looking for a particular size, it's hard to find it.
Unless you work with a government grant or government entity, then you don't have to get
Make a resolution to allow the filing cabinet, the amount of up to 4,000. For what?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Vogel, yes, Jaeger, Hess.
Yes.
That's all I got.
Our town clerk. Good job.
Well, we're still collecting taxes. We do that up until October 31st. This is the tricky part because we get a lot of taxes in the mail and it doesn't include the extra interest that's needed, so we can't process it. So we hopefully can call them and let them know that they need to owe more. Sometimes that's not always the case, so we have to mail it back. So it gets a little tricky this time for collecting taxes, but we'll be done October 31st with that. So, and everything else is going on
Okay.
as planned.
I mean, I've been mostly busy with, right now it's budget season, so we've been busy with the budget. Trying to get that ready, because it has to be done by the 10th of next month. They have to have it at the latest the 10th. The county does. So we already scheduled a meeting for the 29th at our last meeting. So that's already been scheduled. We have to get that in this week. We've been looking at a healthcare plan. We changed our brokers and we have meetings and we're looking at different healthcare things. Just had today a 2-hour phone call with our insurance people that insure the whole town, just asking me questions for 2 hours about what we had and suggestions, what we need to do and everything like that. That was very boring. Still working on the grants, the one for the community center. Haven't heard a lot about that lately. The dog grant for the new dog kennel is, they finally, I just got a bunch of paperwork on that today, so that will be going here quickly, being written up. Our engineers are doing it and written up more and then turned in to see if we can get money for it. And that's about it for reports. Is there anything for, I have a couple of things down for discussion. We have one of the solar company who came here and talked to us at one time. I don't know if you guys want to share whatever it is. I got a couple copies. Want us to grant a hardship waiver. I know our attorneys knows about this and everything too. They're saying that it's gonna cost them so much money and that the government is going to take away some of the, how do you word it? The money that they give to the solar people.
The rebates.
The what?
The rebates.
The rebates, thank you. So they're gonna be losing a whole bunch of money, so they want us to upgrade. It's the same people that we talked about here before, they want us to maybe upgrade like by 8 months or so, instead of putting it in September, October, make it in June or whatever, to give them more time.
But it's still the same, land, right, we're talking?
Yes,
So the quality of the soil is still the high grade soil, right? That never changed.
right. No, you don't have to, and I don't know, you've read this, haven't you, or looked at it?
I look at it, but in the law that you passed, there is no provision made for waivers to this law. If you wanna make provisions for waivers, you're gonna have to do a resolution,
Right, we would have to redo that
Yeah.
resolution.
so.
Like, right, that's what I'm getting at, but it's still, it's still, but it's still the same parcel of land that we would have denied anyway.
It's totally up to you guys what you wanna do.
What-
I mean, you can talk about this, and we can bring it up in another meeting too, it doesn't need to be done tonight.
I didn't say I'm still stuck with no.
Oh,
Right.
you're fine.
Because I'm not, because, well, the idea was when we do permanent preservation, if we're gonna look at soil quality as a way of stopping some of the stuff coming in.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, they sent us this, so we needed to talk about it.
no, you brought it up.
Right, that's what I heard about it. Or I think they talked to us once before about it. You can look at this one. Yes.
I guess my initial thoughts are, you know, he was here, he presented to us what he was interested in doing. We said, we hear you, and if we can get this done prior to a year, we would, but I think locking ourselves into like a shorter time frame again is not in the best interest of the town, because then we're locked in. If we can get it done sooner, we can, and if we can't, then we have that extra time within a year to do it. That's still where I sit.
Yeah.
We understand, we know where they're coming from, and if we can get it done, like you heard them, you know, we can get it done in 8 months, we can, if we can't, we can't. But
I don't think that their losing grant money or rebates is a big enough hardship for the town. That's cost of doing business.
It's on them. It's
Right.
like, you know,
So if the board doesn't want to do this, how do we respond back to them to this legally?
We would just send them a letter that, well, you guys would make a resolution, that you haven't made any, what's the word I'm looking for? Regulations on how to apply for a hardship waiver. And there's no allowance for it in the law, and at this time, you're not willing to look. Just a letter back to them saying, you know, we reviewed your application. We don't have any per the law, there's no formula on how to do it, and at this time, we're not willing to change
Yeah. Have you
Let's not
written
go-
that up?
let's
still
not-
writing it
Let's just
down.
stay right there. That was like perfect, Maureen.
did you record that at all?
Oh, Betty Jo took care of that for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
For what? We're not really voting on that, right?
Yeah.
Do we need a resolution for that?
I would do it.
We do, okay.
That's not really good.
Are you clear on that? then?
And plus we got enough.
We'll probably have to write it up, maybe should help them.
Right, because you gotta have a formal written, right?
Right, yeah, no, absolutely.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
roll call, yeah, yours.
Yeah.
Us.
Yes. And, what was, I'm sorry. Oh, date to review wages.
Yeah, can we do that and finalize the health insurance so that we can get a meeting with the brokers, with employees, and then what options? No, but we need to,
We need to probably do it early next week.
well, I was, we have a zoning workshop on Thursday.
Right.
We have that on Thursday.
This Thursday? I
No,
don't
it's
think
next
it-
Thursday. Isn't it next Thursday?
It is this Thursday, the 16th.
I may not be here, I may be at church.
We're not gonna do a vote on
We,
Wait, you're not here this Thursday?
I just hate going off our zoning meetings constantly for other things else. So we keep kicking all of our junk vehicle laws
Well,
right down.
I would just as soon wrap this up sooner than better,
Right.
sooner than later too, if you gotta do it tomorrow night or whatever.
Can't do it. I don't know if you can do it Thursday. We got a publicize it. That's right, we can't do it Thursday.
Well, if we're talking about the budget.
Yes. Anytime we all meet, we're, by New York State law, we have to publicize it.
Or it's still gotta go in the paper.
Oh, okay.
I have to get at least a 2-day notice.
Okay.
So that means we can't do the meeting on Thursday night till at least 8 o'clock. Or maybe 9 o'clock, depending on how fast I can type it up and put it on the door and page or put it on the computer.
That's what it's like that.
So Thursday is out of the question. You can't get it publicized soon. That's been Monday, Tuesday, and your Tuesday next week.
Next Monday is what zoning
Zoning.
is here.
Mhm.
Wednesday?
Well, I didn't know if we could also just meet in my office too, then I could
Monday,
show up.
I just want to get it right.
Or Tuesday's fine, if you wanna do it Tuesday, you're okay. Then this room would be open, I think.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah. You didn't look at the calendar, right?
I have another meeting, so I think this next Tuesday. I think it Wednesday or
I'm confused.
Thursday.
Aren't we just meeting to like we said we were going to review
wrap up.
to wrap
So
up
we need
budget?
to wrap
Like,
up. We also-
It doesn't matter. New York State law says when the 5 of us meet, I looked it up last week? Yeah, last week, when the 5 of us meet, we have to have call a public meeting.
There shouldn't be more than 3 of you in a room, more than 2 of you in a room at any time, unless you publicize the meeting.
New York State law says we cannot, so from now on, the budgets, when we do budget meetings, when we do the zoning workshop, everything, we have to publicize it.
Looks like it is open on Tuesday.
Is it open on Tuesday? Thank you, Paige.
So that's good.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday,
And what time?
7. We just doing the budget and.
Oh, the budget, okay, I thought you were doing zoning.
No, we're just gonna do the budget and healthcare, we'll have to schedule a zoning meeting too, because I can't do that, we can't do that on Thursday either, because I have to publicize it. I know we haven't done things exactly right, but we're gonna start doing it right, and by the law.
Are you saying publicize in the newspaper? We publicize all our meetings on a meeting schedule.
Has to be 2 days prior,
It's
your
gotta be at least 2
website,
days prior.
your website, you board out here, you board out there.
Well, all our zoning workshops, we set those at the work at the beginning of the year.
Yes,
So-
that's official.
So those are all.
For the zoning.
No, I mean, you should really post them the Monday before and let everybody know.
Before
it's
each
done.
one.
Yeah, let everybody know what you're doing.
So there usually the budget for that.
What's that?
But you said-
Tuesday at 7 o'clock, yes.
Oh, they don't have to be, published in the newspaper. When you have a special meeting, you just have to put it on your website, on your
Yes.
bulletin board.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be in the newspaper.
Public hearings have to be in the newspaper.
Right.
So Tuesday at 7.
Tuesday at 7. Okay, we'll get that tomorrow, I'll get that all set. Is there any other discussion? Okay then, let's go to number 13, requesting town board resolution to enter the executive session for the medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation
or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation.
So move.
Second?
Crumpet,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Roco, Hager,
Yes.
Hodges.
Yes. And we did that, I should probably say, we did that at 8:02.
8:02.
8 o'clock, okay, close.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Dear Joe.